143rd meeting between Lipscomb and Belmont, and the first edition of the Battle of the Boulevard this year goes to the Bruins. They win it over Lipscomb 87-83. Jonathan Justin Seaman courtside now with head coach Casey Alexander. Coach, you find yourself down early. You got to fight the entire night to just try to get back in it.
Yeah, had to fight back several times, and we did several times, including the last one when we were down 19 with about 7 to go, and we get it back to a one-possession game on a couple of accounts. But, truth is, Belmont was better than we were tonight, and we got to figure out what we can do better so that next time we play that we can say that we were better.
One positive, you do get Rob Marbury back into action tonight. Missed the first couple of games, but it did seem like it took a little bit of time just to kind of get him back into the swing of things. He ends up with 12, but he got them all in the second half.
Yeah, and he did kind of finally settle down and just look more like himself. I wouldn't say he was rusty. I mean, he's been around for a while, but he's had 2 days of practice in 6 weeks, and so that's a little bit to be expected. But some of that was their game plan, too. I mean, they did a good job of digging on the post and disrupting him, and we did a good job of digging on the post and disrupting their guy.
Well, Belmont hit threes early. They're going to hit threes, but I was really pleased to see us hit some key ones late, especially in the comeback.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. You know, I mean, it's early in the season, but three-point numbers have been terrible. And so, yeah, it was good to see a few of them go down. Hopefully that'll kind of spur us on.
What did you say to your team? It seemed like the two kind of comebacks that we made in this one, catalyst defensively first, kind of making some turnovers and then get the offense going.
Yeah, but certainly we were better in transition, especially the first half. We had 0 transition opportunities the first 8 minutes, and then we had 6 the rest of the way and 11 points on those, I think. And so that was helpful. But against them, you can't have segments where they're playing on rhythm and they're scoring at large clips. They had 3 different timeout segments. So 4 minutes basically, where they had 13, 14, and 14 points, and that's way too good of a rhythm to let that team play.
They controlled in the paint and rebounding tonight, especially in the second half. They were rebounding.
Yeah, I guess they out-rebounded us by 12 in the second half. They had 7 offensive rebounds in the second half, and that's a stat that and free throws, which we had the better end of. Those two things are typically what can decide a close game like this.
You'll play them again, but there's going to be some games in between. You're getting ready to go on the road for 5 games, Coach.
Yeah. I don't like that a whole lot.
Who scheduled that?
And we play some good teams too. So, I like our team a lot, and we'll play better than we did tonight. We'll have to play better to have a chance to win the game at SMU or at TCU, and then maybe from then on. But it's early in the season, and we'll do our best to put ourselves in a better position from now on.
Well, let's take a look at some stats here, and then we'll talk a little bit about your trip coming up. Look at the field goal shooting. Belmont had the advantage throughout most of the night. They shoot 34 of 62, 28 of 63. We caught them a little bit 3-point. They shot 9 of 22. We end up 8 of 21. Rebounding, you see that advantage, and that all happened with the addition in the second half. Assists, 3 advantage to Belmont. Look at 3-point shooting, as I said, that kind of evened up. Points in the paint, as I think they've got that turned around there. Belmont ended up with 44 in the paint. Lipscomb had 28 in the paint. Coach, you now go on the road. SMU will be the first stop, and you don't have long. You got to hop a plane and get there.
Yeah, it'll be a quick turnaround and a tough turnaround considering tomorrow's a travel day. But we're young and we got a lot of guys that can play, and so I'm expecting us to have a good practice tomorrow and be ready to go on Saturday.
All right, Coach. Tough luck tonight, but we'll get set to go on. It's a long year as we get ready to go through all of this, as we well know it. Bisons lose to Belmont here in this first game of the Battle of the Boulevard this year, 87-83. Next up for the Bisons, they'll be at SMU in Dallas, Texas. It's a 6 p.m. start on the 17th. You can keep up with everything right here at lipscombsports.com.